It's magically delicious. Dine by nine at nine. It's magically delicious.
Number 9 has Mick dropped some lyrics from Sympathy for the Devil.
I watch with glee while you kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the gods they made. I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys? When after all, it was you and me.
Over the past few years, many people have noticed that the Rolling Stones seem to be omitting the line, I shouted out who killed Kennedys. Paul Schwartzman of the Washington Post is the one who looked into this. He found that on the current tour, Mick has dropped that lyric, and then he found out that it's not that new and that it's been dropped since at least 2015, with more evidence that he didn't sing it as far back as 2006. One legend has it that the late John F. Kennedy Jr. asked Mick to drop it sometime during the 90s, but friends of JFK Jr. point out he liked to shock people by singing that very part out loud at certain times. As for Mick and the Stones, when asked directly, their PR either doesn't answer or Mick is coy about it, saying, oh, there's always some lyric that I forget.
All right, number 8, the current it accessory for the beach is not the swimsuit or the sunglasses. It's not the tote bag or the hat. It's all about the towel.
Ooh.
People are really upping their towel game because, after all, it's all about the gram of the talk, and people want a towel that shows up well. It should be colorful, should be unique, should stand out, even complement what you're wearing. Never even really thought about it, but there you go.
Yep. All right, number 7, we're not sure if we showed you this a few years ago, but we saw it again on Instagram, and it's worth looking at again. A church in Mexico has revealed a huge statue of baby Jesus, and take a look at me now. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice, right?
Baby's got
Yeah,
it.
it looks like this fella, Phil Collins. He's 22 feet tall. The local priest said he asked the sculptor for something that would fill the space.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of it.
Isn't that nice? He says he never
Wow.
intended to make it the biggest baby Jesus statue in the world.
Yeah.
We also assume he didn't request it to look like Phil Collins, but that's a fun time there.
Boy, I didn't even see the man standing down
Yeah.
at the bottom.
You can sit in his lap.
Boy,
Wow.
you go with Ave Maria or Billy, Don't You Lose My Number. It's not even a contest.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that a deterrent? You walk into church and that's hanging from the rafters?
Nah, I think that might be interesting,
it's
right?
going a different route,
Yeah.
right? Nobody else is
mixing
doing
it up.
that one.
Yeah, you're right.
Number 6, this is an animal that's called a bear cat, but it's neither bear nor cat. This here is a binturong.
Really?
Binturongs come from South Asian countries like India, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. They have a prehensile tail,
Oh, yeah,
of course,
they
as
do.
we know.
Yes.
And that is a tail that has adapted to grasp or hold objects. And as you can see from a video from our pals at the Brookfield Zoo, they can even be trained.
That's what's fun. They could do acts, get into the entertainment industry. Look at that.
I think he technically could join the Acrocats, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
well,
it-
technically, yeah. Might be a little risky
love
for
to
the
see
other
that.
ones. Yeah, me too.
Number 5, here's a pretty cool stunt from a James Bond film. This is in Live and Let Die from 1973. It was the stuntman's idea, and these are live crocodiles.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Wow, that was fun.
Wow.
And anyone can do
Well,
this?
the crocodiles likely had their feet tied underwater, so there was danger there, but they couldn't jump up and grab him. The stuntman was named Ross Kananga, and he actually owned the crocodile farm in Jamaica.
Wow.
And he inspired the screenwriter to name the villain's main Bond villain, Dr. Kananga. The scene required 5 takes to complete, including one in which the last crocodile snapped at Kananga's heel, tearing his trousers and causing him a number of injuries. One of the other takes resulted in him requiring 193 stitches.
Oh,
Jeez.
They gave him 60 grand, which is
Oh,
like
yeah, that makes it work.
400 grand today.
Yeah.
So that's
Is
a
it?
good bit of money, yeah.
Wow.
All right, number 4. Have you ever been lowballed? If you've ever had to negotiate, if you've ever had to negotiate a salary, chances are it's happened to you. Well, according to an expert, you should set your goals high and be prepared to walk away. Andre Laris is a negotiating pro. He says, you did. What? What does he say?
He says get specific.
He says, get specific. Ask things like, what is the salary based on? Be comfortable with silence and delays. Let them do the talking and be prepared to take your time and pause before talking. Show them you mean business and you're taking this seriously. Be ready to counteroffer and think about that long before you walk in the room. In the end, be ready and willing to walk out the door if your company can't meet your expectations. Well, that's easier said than done. You have to have something else on the horizon, right? That holds a lot of people back.
This is true. I had this with a news director in Tulsa, and they warned me that he just likes to sit and stare at you and make you feel uncomfortable. I ain't losing that contest. I can go days without saying a word. You, on the other hand, you're making minimum wage.
I do. I can't. It's just.
Okay.
What
time is it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I don't care what you pay me.
All right, number 3, the tourism board for the capital of Norway is called Visit Oslo, and they just released this ad, which is pretty good.
I wouldn't come here, to be honest. Oslo is just not, I mean, is it even a city? You know what I mean? Everything is just so available, you know? There's no exclusiveness. I grew up here, and I temporarily live here, unfortunately. I don't understand why people go swimming in the middle of the city. It's disgusting. Ever been to Istanbul? Oslo feels more like a village, maybe. I mean, you walk around a corner and it's like, oh, there's the prime minister. And you walk around the next corner, it's like, oh, there's the king. I mean, you could just walk from one side of town to the other in like 30 minutes. Try that in New York or Paris.
It's an American architect.
Culture? I don't know. If you don't have to stand in line for at least a couple of hours, is it? Sometimes I just walk right in off the street and get a table. And I'm not even famous. I mean, what does that tell you? I think a city should feel a little hard to get. It's like a good relationship, you know? It's not supposed to be easy.
Boy, this goes on for a while.
It's a long commercial spot there. Anyhow, there you are. You're welcome.
All right.
You notice he's taken, this is a big thing now. They're using the digital cameras instead of taking the pictures on the iPhone. Like girls have been
Who's
doing that
doing
now.
this?
The younger people now, because they're like,
They carry around like
the
a point and
iPhone
click?
pictures are too clear and they show too many flaws. They want the ones that are crappy and don't show it.
So the younger, fresher, more attractive people want
Yes, they're afraid to
grainier
show
photos?
it.
Yeah.
They want grainier
Makes no
photos.
sense.
Just interesting.
We are doomed. Speaking of.
Yeah.
Number 2, the gift that kept on giving, the smokeless ashtray from Ronco. You know, so mom and dad could
I
puff
remember
away
that
on the
thing.
old heaters on the family road
Yeah.
trip while the kids were in the back. The smokeless ashtray was designed to keep the smoke away from Ronco from 1981.
I'm not inconsiderate. I know my cigarette or cigar smoke irritates my family, and it smells bad, too.
That's why I went out and bought Ronco's portable smokeless ashtray.
It filters out irritating smoke, allowing my family to breathe cleaner, fresher smelling air.
Smoking in the
Fastly
car.
secures the portable smokeless ashtray to prevent it from moving. This Christmas, show you really care. Give smokeless ashtrays by Ronco. They make fabulous Christmas gifts.
All right.
I'm not inconsiderate. I know my cigarette
Yeah, yeah.
or cigar smoke irritates my
68 was
family,
too much for
and
my
it
old
smells
man.
bad, too.
Yeah, that was
That's why I
pricey
went
for
out and
back
bought
then.
Ronco's portable smokeless ashtray.
Oh.
All right, number 1, honestly, we can't get enough of Tom Jones. Here's another one from the Tom Jones TV show.
You got such a hold on me. You make it seem so easy, but it's true. Oh, yeah. I'm responsible when you can make a man do what you want him to. I'm not responsible. It's impossible to be so very near and not know what to do. You got such a hold on.
He's a performer
Yeah, he
through
is.
and through, and everybody could use some backup dancers.
Yeah.
You
Good
know?
ones, too.
Ah, there we go. By the way, Tom Jones' net worth, $300 million.
Wow.
He's going to be at Ravinia on
No
September
kidding.
7th, still kicking.
How about that?
Yeah.
There we go. That's a 9 at 9.
Dine by 9 at 9. It's magically delicious.